He's managed to get himself on the inside, but he's caught up on the curve. Sean Allen, the outside special. We've had a huge crash. This can't be real. I think he might have the job done finally. Even Warren gives him no space. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Turn 4, he's taken out Bruce Steve as well. Oh, big moment there. Kurt Stenberg on his roof. Big crash at turn 4. That is an unfortunate huge crash. Oh, the huge wiggle on thought he was clear. Oh, he moved a little bit high. What the? The late move, final corner, that's the death!
Hello and welcome to Symmons Plains Raceway for round 3 of the Automobilista Supercars Championship Super 2 Series. Tonight we will have 2 sprint races and I am your commentator and host, Kurt Stenberg, and joining me in the comms box as always is the one and only Colin Warwick. How are you doing?
Yeah, good mate. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty keen to watch some racing. There's not been much racing to watch in the real world, so...
No, that's right. Unfortunately, the real world cars would have been here on the weekend, but due to that stupid virus, we have to watch these ones instead.
Well, hopefully these ones provide the action that we've been missing and more, because I get the impression it's going to be a pretty exciting night out there on the track.
I do as well, with seeing some of the times and how close it is at the moment. It's going to be pretty good.
It is. I'll just go through the schedule for tonight's proceedings. We're going to have this is official practice, which we've got 17 minutes left of, followed by a 15-minute qualifying session, with then a little warm-up session, with then 2 races tonight, a 15-lap sprint race, and a longer 25-lap sprint race, which is the same length as what the main guys will be doing tomorrow night. So it'll be interesting to see how the Super 2 guys tackle that one.
Yeah, well, it's a good good warm-up for those who may potentially come up into the main series, so it'd be good for them.
Will be, and that sprint race is going to be manic with the lap times that we're seeing from people and how close it is out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think the racing's going to come alive, especially when a few guys start drafting and whatnot. And yeah, I'm excited for this round. It's one of my favourite tracks for racing, so it should be very good.
Yeah, same. It produces. It's one of those tracks that doesn't. A lot of people go on about it being boring and whatnot, but I mean, it isn't actually that easy to overtake, even though it's got 2 overtaking opportunities. But it's just you get to draft in a straight line at this place, and you can stay with people and. Fields don't tend to spread out very much here, which always makes for exciting racing.
And not only that, it makes for great qualifying sessions as well, because you got guys trying to find thousandths of a second even to, move up probably 3 spots.
Exactly right. If you make a mistake at one corner here and lose a 10th, that's probably going to be 3-4 spots in qualifying. So you've really got to make sure you're maximising, get your perfect lap in qualifying. And with only 15 minutes to do it, it's going to be very important where you start this race. Now, before we talk about what's going on in this practice server, I'm going to go through last week's results. And I had having some issues. There we go. So last week we had round 3, well, we had race 3 of the championship. It was at Melbourne, which was won by Brett Geraedts, for 5 seconds over Steve Brko, with RSM Latino in 3rd place, and Tony 4th, Matt Cecil 5th, Rory Smythe 6th, Brap and 7th, John McMillan in 8th, Dodger in P9, and Steve Warwick rounded out the 10 of that race. So that was exciting action last week, round 1, race 1, round 2, race 3 of the championship.
Yeah, it was. Quite enjoyed last round. It was good to watch, and then also the next night participate for us, being in the main series. I found Melbourne to be difficult for myself, but yeah, no, it was good racing, especially for Super 2. A lot of action, a lot of crashes and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens here now that the field's tighter. Could be very interesting.
Exactly right. I'm just going to get the race 2 results and get the race 4 results on screen, which was race 2 of last round, which was won by Steve Brko, who we can see in the server at the minute, and he's way down in 9th, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. He's current championship leader, which we'll go through in a second, and yeah, he won that second race quite convincingly last week.
Yeah, he did. There was a few guys that had the pace last week. Being an open track, you tend to find the cream rises to the top as in terms of driver capability. So no, it was good to see Steve get a win, but yeah, he's definitely struggling here, that's for sure.
Exactly right. Well, Melbourne being a longer track, it tends to reward guys that are more consistent and don't make mistakes, because there's lots of corners to make mistakes at, where a track like this, although it rewards that because it's so short and lap time wise you can make a small mistake and in qualifying and lose time, in the race it's sort of, there's less places to make a mistake. It's easier track for guys to come to grips with.
Yeah, definitely.
Which helps
you make
guys
a mistake here, you drop like 3 or 4 spots straight away.
Exactly right, but it's easier to learn for some of those guys as well, which is going to bring the field closer together. Going to have a look at the drivers' points after round 2. I don't know if you want to go through that, Colin, or if you want me to do that.
Oh, if you've got it up on screen, you go through it.
I've got it up on screen,
got the timing up at the moment.
It's Steve Brko has a commanding 66-point lead over Tony, who's in P2, with RSM Latino in 3rd, Brap in 4th, a claim bite in 5th, which is super impressive, but not something I would have expected after 2 rounds. Steve Warwick in 6th, Benjamin Dahlia, our championship leader after round 1, after a shocking evening at Melbourne, he's in 7th. With Rory Smythe in 8th, Brett Geraedts after only 1 round is in 9th, and John McDonald rounds out our top 10 in the championship.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Steve can find a bit more pace, Steve Brko that is. Because if he doesn't, it might hurt his championship lead by a fair margin actually.
It actually might. It's down in 10th now, so yeah. He's got a fair lead, but it's a prime opportunity for his competitors to snap one over him. Can I look at the team points as well, just before we look at some of these new drivers I want to talk about as well, that have joined us tonight, because that's pretty exciting. I'm not going to read them out all 3, but as you can see, the top 5 there is RSM Racing with a dominant lead over 4, Jack Daniels Racing with AG Power Tools in 3rd, Turn Right to Go Left Motorsports in 4th, and Stealth Penrite round out the top 5 in that. So I'm going to go through, I suppose if we're going to talk about new drivers, the first one to talk about is the guy on top of the board, even though he's not on track at the minute, is Kai Sloggett. Not someone I'm particularly familiar with, but he's setting the pace in this server at the minute.
Yeah, he is. That's a pretty solid time straight away.
It is a pretty solid time straight away. Be interesting to see what kinds of times he does in the race. So I've just lost all action on track.
I have also. Oh, I'm back.
That was not very good. And I've just noticed as well, talking about newcomers, that David Sanford's now gone to P1 in that little interlude. Another new driver. Obviously, iRacer, Bounce Scops driver, someone we know with a bit of experience, but very fresh and new to AMS.
Yeah, well, he only installed the files yesterday, so it's pretty impressive to see him doing 51.8s already tonight, with only probably an hour's worth of practice total.
He's a guy that I really do expect to be in the main game at some point.
Yeah, I do also.
I mean, maybe even tomorrow night. I mean, definitely a guy that can definitely steer. It's just that, yeah, he's very inexperienced in this sim at the minute, and needs the laps in race trim to see what it's all about.
Well, I believe up until maybe an hour ago, he had the wrong steering wheel settings for his wheel. And then as soon as he fixed that up, he found 2 tenths, so...
That's good to hear that he's getting everything, coming to grips with everything and getting everything set up. Who else is new in this? We've got, I'm very aware that we've got...
I think you'll find Sanford will actually improve here a little bit.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, he
has
does.
improved. Yeah, that's a mega lap.
That's the biggest time so far.
That's the biggest time that we have seen in the server this week, as he has a massive shunt into the wall.
He does.
He does. Just gonna go as well to look at Grant Gaffer, brother of Tony, another new runner tonight.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I believe he's actually never done sim racing before, so it'd be interesting to see how he goes.
Well, this is barely being dropped into the deep end, having never done sim
Oh,
racing
it is,
before,
for sure.
and coming in and doing this race here, even though it is Super 2, it's still competitive, as ever.
Well, as you know, friggin' a V8 supercar is probably one of the hardest cars to drive, especially not only in real life but in the simulator as well, so...
Yeah, exactly, and to come out, he's done a 54.1, which is respectable for some guys' first time on the sim. So, it'll be interesting to see how he goes in the future rounds, if he continues to stick around. Just going to go through as well. Notice another new runner here is Peter Richards, privateer, but guy that did one of our evaluation rounds at Queensland Raceway, but I haven't seen much of him other than that, so another one. There's a lot of unknowns tonight and it excites me.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Well, as you say that, he's in front of Brap and Brko, who are well at the front of the field in terms of championship.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just surprising at how much those two are actually struggling, considering at Melbourne they showed the pace. Even at Adelaide.
Yeah, I mean, Brap, I'm just going to go with Steve because I like his car. I like that Nissan, that livery with the number 7 that's now in orange. But,
it is, yes. Championship leader.
Brap was very, Brap's normally a mid-pack runner in Super 2, I'd say, and he really showed last round that he can get up there and get podiums and fight for positions at the front of the field. But yeah, this so far not looking. Not the performance that he'd be looking for, and yeah, he's faster than the championship leader, as funny as I say that, so yeah.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We'll see how they go. They might pick up some pace. There's still 7 minutes left in this session, and then we've got 15 minutes of qualifying, which I'm really excited for.
So am I. 15 minutes is a long time at this track. Not so much for us tomorrow night with the tyre restrictions in place, but it's a long time for these guys. That's basically 15 laps, where Melbourne you had 15 minutes and it basically was 3 runs if you timed it perfectly, so definitely a fair bit of time to get your lap in, but it's so hard to get a perfect lap at this place. It's just so easy to make a mistake under brakes by braking a millimetre too late, so it'll be interesting to see what the order is. I'm very excited. Qualifying is only 6 minutes away.
As we see Steve Warwick, my father, actually setting a good middle sector there.
See, I'll watch that. We need that.
He should improve on this lap if he doesn't stuff the last corner. As he does.
Yeah, he goes faster, but to 2 flat, good time. It is interesting this round as well with the Super 2 guys. I mean, these guys at Melbourne, they were about 3 seconds off what the guys in Maine were doing, the top guys, the Dane Warrens, the Jake Maloney's. Here, they're only about, qualifying trim, they're only about
Probably just under a second.
Yeah, second off. Like, it's actually, this track's incredible that the pace of the field's so close. I mean, look at guys even like Dodger, who's down in 14th at the minute, and he's only 3.5 seconds off what the main guys are doing for pole. Whereas opposed to a track like Melbourne, he's about 8 seconds off. So field spread is so tiny at this place. So it just goes to show how critical it's going to be to get a good lap in.
That was unfortunate for Kai Sloggett there. I was just watching the sector splits he was on to probably match Sanford, and yes, stuffed up the last corner. So he actually went purple to the middle sector.
Yeah, I can see he's gone purple in the middle sector. He's the one that I'm excited to see how he goes as well. As a new runner, I do recognise the name from sim racing before, but I don't know exactly what
Where
he's
from,
done and where he's come from. But I recognise the name, and I just joined it there. Someone had a Matt Cecil just joined the server rather. Sorry, so Matt Cecil's here. That's 15 runners. It's good. Yeah, he's a guy I recognise, the MFR driver. I reckon he'll give Stanford a good fight here tonight, and I reckon RSM Latino, this is a track that will favour him as well, as a guy that's a regular competitor. I think that these shorter kind of tracks really suit him, as opposed to the longer tracks and the street tracks.
I think too tonight, I think you just got to be aggressive and send it, like, to be honest. You can't really back off, because if you do, you're liable to get passed by the guy behind. So you just got to be confident in yourself and just be aggressive and try and get the moves done if you want to get to the front.
It's only a short race, so that's where qualifying is so important here, because I mean you've got 15 laps, but it's a 15-minute race. The first race, it's not even less than that. It's like a 13-minute race, as opposed to last week
12,
where
13 minutes.
We had a 19-lapper, but it's 2 20-lap races, and there's plenty of overtaking opportunities to make you pass. Where here you don't really have that. You've got 2 opportunities each lap to try and get it done, and you need to maximise those, or otherwise you need to qualify at the front and try and drive away from it.
I'd pay attention to David Sanford here. This is going to be a mega lap if he can finish it off.
And I have a look at him. He's up by 10th and a half.
Interesting, he didn't go
he's had a
purple
big
in the middle
moment.
sector. That was a big moment.
And he's
Yeah, he lost it all in that last
still
corner.
a good lap time, but
Yeah. Well, I think that lap would still be enough for first still, so...
I do want to see that car with a Prologue Esports livery on it. I reckon that would look good.
Yeah, hopefully for the next round.
Hopefully for the next round. It's going back to pit lane now. I'm going to have a look at, not that he's on a particularly good lap, I'm going to have a look at Brett Geraedts, just because, he race winner last round, and he's got a livery on this week, MFR. He's going to enter the series, a few more cars, and yeah, he's got I like that snap-on livery.
Yeah, it's a nice livery, that one. It's probably second favourite to the AEG Power Tools car. But Kai Sloggett in second place, I believe, is his teammate, so they'll both be in a snap-on car. Interestingly too, that they're sponsored by Snap-on Blacktown, which is my local area. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. It's funny how the 2 best liveries as well are both sponsored by tool brands.
Companies.
Yeah, and they both look mad.
Yeah, now looking at the snap-on car, I'm not too sure whether that's my favourite or not, but yeah, they're both very nice.
They are very nice. Nobody's really lighting up the timing screens at the minute.
No. I'd like to point out too that another guy that I'd expect to be higher up is probably Benjamin in 7th place.
Benjamin Delia, yeah, I'll go and have a look at him. He was very dominant at Adelaide, as we saw. It was questioning to us whether or not he should be a main game driver full time with the dominance he showed, but just when he got under pressure at Brko in race 2, he was sort of not as consistent. And last round he really struggled. He put himself mid-pack and he just got involved in other people's accidents, which was unfortunate. But yeah, he'll want to try and avoid doing the same thing and being mid-pack and getting involved in incidents.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 7th isn't too bad.
It's not too bad, but lap 1 at this place
bad
at the
a couple
hairpin,
Yeah,
it's
right.
always a mystery as to who gets through there, and there will be a crash. I can guarantee you.
Another guy struggling as well is Wayne Carr in 8th.
He is as the pole sitter from Adelaide. I'd expect to be higher. We say they're struggling, but like the field spread is incredibly close. Like,
Oh, especially for Super 2. I mean, what?
we've
You
got
got
a field spread of
14.
2.5 seconds.
Well, yeah, 15 cars covered by 2.5 seconds. I mean, you go back to, what, 13th before it's out of 1.5 seconds, so that's very good. As I say that though, Carr is on a better lap.
He was on a better lap, and we're watching him on screen. He's 3.5 tenths up, so this is going to put him a fair way up the board. He's just made an error on there. So.
You kind of want to stay off those curbs, the final 2 corners.
The session is about to end.
He's had a moment.
He's had a moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, qualifying now. This will be good.
Matt Sessel's just finishing his lap, and I think that will be the last car on track in this session. But before we go to qualifying, I just want to give a big commendable effort to Dodger. I mean, obviously last year at this track, if anyone saw the video on Facebook during the week,
yeah, if anyone
Dodger
saw
was,
the highlight video, that was fantastic.
It wasn't really it was a low light video from Dodger.
Well, highlight for us, but low light for himself.
Low light for himself, but I would want to give a commendable effort. Last year, a driver that was in the high 50s around here, 57 I think was his best lap time. It's in the 54.1 is his best time so far in practice, so much improved. Could not express enough how much improved, and I'm really proud to see that. It's just unfortunate he's down there in 15th because the field is so competitive that last year that time would have put him mid pack here, not
yeah,
from
probably
15th.
8th or so.
Yeah, so it's been a bit unfortunate for him that everyone else has stepped up as well. But I'm glad to see that he's doing a lot better as we have qualifying. Let's see if we've got a pit catch. Oh, that's not a good camera. Good camera at the end of pit lane.
Hopefully no one's come out into the lane yet.
No one has come out in the lane yet. We've got a couple waiting in the...
As that is now a penalty.
Is it?
It is.
No one's waiting at the end of the lane, so...
The lights are still red, we'll wait for a green light.
Oh, there's a car out in the lane. Yeah.
There's another car out in the lane.
I think the lights are green and we're underway in this qualifying session. There's a bit of congestion out there in the back. We're watching them all file out of the lane. What a sight.
Probably the most competitive Super 2 field on Automobilista I've ever seen.
It's the most competitive Super 2 field that we have had by far this round. I am absolutely impressed with everyone's driving. I am going to watch for this first lap if I can pick him up, which I can't at the minute. I'm going to watch Kai Sloggett. First car out on track, guy that's probably going to be a potential to get pole, and I am going to try and go on board with him if I know what I'm doing, which I don't. Oh my god, what are you doing, Stenny? Got a bonnet cam view. So watch Kai Sloggett as he crosses the start-finish line to start his lap. It's a really tricky section through here, and he's got it stopped nicely, and he's on the throttle. Not the back straight, you want to brake. About where he broke, that's a good braking spot.
Not a bad first sector, 18.2.
Yeah, he's taken the big high line, which is the line that I'll be using through that corner.
Me also.
Multiple lines through that corner, but I feel the high one seems to work the best on this version of this track.
Does to get a very good run down the straight.
Break down here about the 150. Turn it in. He's gone into second, I think. I'm third where possible. Short shift to third. Short shift to fourth.
He's held it right
the
out.
line, and he has done a 52.3 first lap.
Good banker.
It's a good banker. I've seen that David Sanford has gone purple to the first sector, and Brett Geraedts has gone purple to the middle sector. Brett Geraedts does a 52.6. I don't watch David Sanford because I reckon he is up on Kai Sloggett, and I reckon he will go to P1. He hasn't gone purple to the middle, but I reckon he'll go to P1 with it. This lap. He's done a 52 flat to put himself 2 seconds or 2 tenths
Great
clear.
banker.
It's a great banker lap. Tony goes up to third with a 52.5.
See, Brap is stuck.
RSM Latino has gone purple to the first sector, might I add, so I'm going to watch him, see what he does through this middle sector. He's up on his PB, but he's lost a lot of time on David. It's run wide there, that's a little mistake.
Tell you what, this time of day makes the cars look fantastic.
It does make the cars look fantastic with the shadows on the track. That puts RSM Latino in P7. Impressed by the first banker laps of most guys. The pace is hot already out there in this qualifying session, almost matching practice times. RSM Latino has gone purple again for the first sector.
It has 18.195, that's a pretty good first sector.
He's actually not far off Dave in this lap. This could be a very good time here from RSM Latino.
Oh, he has a slight lock up. Oh, he got the
made
car
a mistake
right
there.
up on 2 wheels.
He did. I haven't seen a car do that through that corner.
No, I haven't.
He's lost a lot of time there, but he's gone to P8. It's an improvement, but he's got a lot of potential.
He's locking the front brakes a lot, if you noticed, Danny.
I am, yeah.
You might have to bring the brake bias back a little bit. I know it's difficult to slide the car in on the rear, but I mean, you'd rather that than locking up the fronts.
Exactly. I mean, he's very good under brakes into the hairpin, but he's just losing it into the last corner.
Yeah, he accelerates well.
Improved his time to a 51.8.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Through Benjamin Daly has jumped up into P2, so he's shown that he was sandbagging a bit in practice and he's come out quali and just having the times that we sort of expect from him.
As Wayne Carr goes to second, but has a mistake and is now back in the pits.
MFR car looks good with the headlights on, just as a side note.
It does. It looks great.
How is RSM Latino goes up to fourth, he's improved.
And already, we've only got pretty much 9.5 minutes to go.
9.5 minutes to go, so that's the first run complete for a lot of these guys, and I'll go back and have another go at this. So we've got a car that's parked at the hairpin. I wish my camera
Who is that?
I don't know who that was, I missed out completely, but there was a car, I'm pretty sure parked in the...
I think it was Benjamin Dahlia.
I was watching him, it wasn't him, it was a car that was around him, but that's interesting.
Must have escaped back to pit. With that magical tow truck, mate.
Magical catapult. Dave Stanford's coming out of the pits again to have another go in this qualifying session. Who else? Is there anyone on the lap?
One person that's definitely struggling is my father, actually. I noticed in one of the practice servers he did a 51.7, and at the moment he's nowhere near that.
No, his sectors aren't showing anything like that as well.
I think he's getting distracted by people making mistakes. I think he's just got to concentrate on himself and doing a lap, and he'll be fine.
Agreed. I think that the big occasion might get to him with all these other cars on the track. I've noticed that that's something that seems to get to him. He's got the pace, but when there's other people around him, it sort of makes errors that are uncharacteristic. It just needs to get used to being around other cars on the track, which is what this series is for. So
Yep. Super 2 is the development series, so
needs to get these guys up to speed, so hopefully they can join us in the main series. And Kai Soggett goes to P3 with a 52 flat.
it's a good time also.
Can I just raise the fact that the between 3rd and 5th is literally a 10th. It's 3 tenths the top 5 are separated by.
That's awesome.
That is pretty awesome. Don't say so myself.
Top 10's pretty much a second.
So even the guys at the back of this field are not off the pace. Steve Warwick is up on his PB at the minute as we continue to watch him.
He is, I can see that on the sector splits.
And he's gone up to P4. That's a bit better time. That's sort of what we expect from him. He's made a big error there at the end of the lap.
As we said before, I think he got distracted by the car ahead.
I just raced Dave Sanford's gone and blown everyone out of the water. He's done a 51.6, best lap time of the week.
Yeah, that's a very impressive number.
That's top 5 main game pace, top 10 main game pace, easy. There. That's a really impressive lap time. Skidday Dodger has improved to a 54.7 as well. So he's neck and neck in last place with a claim bite. They're squabbling over who's going to start 14th and 15th.
That is a very impressive number from Sanford.
That's a very impressive number from Sanford. Brett Geraedts now jumps up to 24.
Considering I did some testing last night, you and I both, Stenny, and we're not far away from that ourselves.
Yeah, I'm going to just come straight out here and say that Poltram I did a 50.9 is my best lap time around here this week, but a bit of a fluke lap. Race trim, I am not far off that number, so that is
correct.
Quite fast.
Me also.
And Brett Geraedts is up on his lap by 3 tenths. He's actually going to challenge for P2 here.
Oh, he's had a big slide in the last corner. Yeah, he gets
still goes to P2 even with that big mistake. He's only a 10th off Sanford there to the middle sector, so...
It's interesting seeing the guys, they set a quick lap and then they're straight off the road.
Yeah, you sort of look at your lap time at this track and it distracts you for your run into the next...
You do. Especially when you go up by a fair margin on your previous lap time, you're like, oh wow, and then all of a sudden, oh, I forgot to brake, and then you're in the grass.
Yeah, I did it several
Usually,
times
when you're in
night.
the grass, you're in the fence.
Yeah, if you make the grass, you make the fence. And
That's
this
it.
track, you look at your lap time and you're meant to be braking for turn 1, because it's so close. I'm going to raise that as a point, actually, that this track, it's a fact that I know, as someone who's absolutely shockingly terrible at starts, I know that this track is the shortest run between the start line and turn 1 of any track on this calendar. Because it's one of the few tracks that when I start in a good position, I generally normally keep my spot before I get to turn 1. So that's a factor as well, that being good at starts doesn't really help you much at this track, because there's nowhere for you to go when you get to turn 1, which is why qualifying is so important.
Well, for me, I believe last year I did quite well in qualifying, probably in the top 5, and I remember getting good starts and couldn't capitalise on it because it's literally probably 2 cars wide, and you can't really pass on the start without causing an accident. So
that's exactly right. Can I just raise, even the back of the field is this close, that there's only 2 tenths separating Claim by Grant Gaffer and Dodger. So
yeah, that's awesome.
No matter where you go through this field, and those guys are only half a second off the next car, so no matter where you go in this field, times are close. It's going to make for some really exciting racing and some big battle packs. So I keep watching Dodger on the screen now. You can see that he's not making any of the errors as he made last year.
3.5 minutes remaining.
Bit of an interlude at the minute. I expect everyone to come out for their final runs in a few minutes, or Not in a few
Santa's
minutes.
just started another lap, and he's
Steve will,
literally matched his first sector.
He has literally
Pretty much matched it.
First sector.
I have to say, a 17.9 of the first sector is very, very fast.
It is very fast. That's the kind of pace that I suppose
He's
we're
up
doing.
to the
Sanford's
middle.
up.
This could be a 51.5.
Oh, he's made a small error there. He ran a bit wide.
Yeah, he's delayed the throttle. See how it goes through the final corner.
And
Yeah, he
he's
lost
down.
time.
Yeah, he lost time there. So first on there, you got number Tony. I'm gonna have a look at Tony. I haven't really watched any of him. I've noticed that he have put a good first sector in for himself. He's matched his PB to the middle sector. He's still 6/10 off Dave Sanford's.
Well, this is pretty much it for everyone. You're probably going to get 2 laps here, 2 or 3 laps, maybe 4 at best.
Yep. Just your final run, and Tony basically matches the time he's already done. Dave's still punching away there at the front. Latino goes faster. He's found a tiny bit of time, and he's actually put him in front of Steve Warwick. They've done the exact same lap time, pretty much. Oh, he's done 1/1000th faster, and that just goes to show that he just found a quarter of a tenth, or 3/4 of a tenth, and that has been enough to get him a spot. That's how close it is at this place. Actually, 2 spots. That's how close it is at this place.
I noticed those two in the weeks leading up to these races when they jump in the servers to do practice. They're always doing the exact same lap times. It's just crazy that they've gone and done it again in qualifying.
Yep, they have gone and done it again in qualifying, and Latino's actually still up, but he's made a big error there in the last corner. He's locked up the front brakes again. The car's not really taking that corner particularly well. And he's down.
And it's cost him.
It has cost him. I've just noticed Wayne Carr has a purple middle sector. Gonna go and watch
Yeah,
it.
he was in the draft of Brap earlier.
Okay,
I
yeah,
just thought it
he's
in the
backed out of it
background
now.
before.
I'm going to mention Wayne Carr P3. That's actually quite good qualifying for him. Probably the person I'll say that hates this track the most out of anyone I've ever spoken to.
Yeah, he definitely hates this track. That's for sure.
This track is a trip around the mailbox, a trip around the coastline, but you've got to miss the dog on the way. A pretty basic layout. I mean, I rate the track, but he's not a fan. But just because he's not a fan doesn't mean he's not competitive here.
Well, here we go. This will probably be the last lap for everyone now.
It will be. Dave Sanford's done a purple middle sector. First sector, sorry, rather. Actually... Can I go and try and find him?
It's qualifying done for my old man, I've just noticed. Making a mistake at turn 1.
Gonna watch Sanford. I think Sanford's done. I think he's blown it. He's blown it. He's got a cut track somewhere and blown it.
Yeah, and looking at the time, it's 58, 59, 1 minute. Yeah, no. It's done.
Station a camera here. Watch all the cars as they come across the line.
I've just seen one of the biggest accidents in history.
Well, we can get a bit of a replay of that if we get an opportunity.
Wayne Carr.
No. So Tino crosses
Back
the
straight.
line. Oh, there's been a car go around. Tino goes no faster. We'll go and have a... Dodger comes across the line. And he stays last, but 54 flat, that's his best time of the week. It's impressive. Who's left the server and come back? Peter Richards, I believe. I'm just going to go and have a look at that Wayne Carr accident.
Oh, Kai's improved, but didn't improve position. Got into the 51s.
Oh my god, yeah, look. That is a huge accident.
I don't know if that car's going to be right for the race.
Well,
But we do have magical pit crew as well.
And both the driver car and the car, I don't think are both going to be right for the race.
Yeah, both cars no good.
Yeah, after
Write
that
them
one.
off.
Write them off.
Definitely write them off.
So that was an interesting qualifying session.
Yes, that was great.
We're into warm up now. So what we had, David Sanford take the pole position from Brett Geraedts, our winner last round, with Wayne Carr in 3rd, Kai Sloggett 4th, RSM Latino 5th, Steve Warwick 6th, Benjamin Delia 7th, Tony 8th, our championship leader Steve Brko in 9th, Brap 10th, Matt Cecil 11th, Peter Richards 12th, Claimbite 13th, Grant Gaffer 14th, and Dodger rounds out our field. And the whole field was covered by a little over 2.5 seconds. A little under 2.5 seconds actually, sorry, 2.4 seconds. It's quite impressive. We watched the guys come out for the warm-up session.
This is another interesting time of day.
It is, it's a very early session this one. Warm-up. The cars come out of the pit lane. A number of guys selecting to do warm-up in this session is something that we don't normally see. And our main guys do. Most of them like to stay in the pit lane, but these guys keen for as many laps as they can get.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see that they're keen. A few people opting to do practice starts as well.
Yeah, obviously no tyre restriction in this as well, which gives people, well, they're more likely to want to run on the track and not burn out tyres. Estes just raised the lap record from last year as a 51 flat. Yeah, just for that, in the main game, obviously main game tomorrow night, Dane Warren's eclipsed that record. Obviously it's not an official record as it hasn't been done in a race session. But Dane Warren has done a 50.7 so far. So I've just noticed that we've lost everything again.
I'm still
Are you still in the
here. I
server?
can see things.
I can't see anyone, so
Should fix itself in a second, hopefully for you.
hopefully for me. I am still not seeing things. Well, we've got 3 minutes. I'm going to take a little short break while I work out what the hell is going on here. We're back here live from Tasmania with our issues sorted, and we've just seen David Sanford set the fastest time in the warm-up session.
Yeah, again, another impressive time.
It's another
51.8.
impressive time. Picking him to win both races tonight, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I spoke to him personally today and said that if he didn't win race 1, he'd definitely win race 2, but after seeing qualifying, I think he's going to win both races myself.
So do I, although starting procedure and everything will be a bit new to him, so
Yeah.
it could affect him in that way, getting off the line, and he may make errors. We're yet to see that. We'll find out what's going on. We'll just say as well, I've been in my little break, I got told to give a shout out to Acclaimbite and Dodger for their performances in the qualifying session from...
100%. They've improved.
Yeah, I got
massively
that
from last year.
a driver that's not racing tonight, but I'm pretty sure we all know who that is. He said to give best wishes to those guys. Cars look good on the grid here.
They do.
Oh, I'm having technical problems.
To start the formation lap.
It's the start of the formation lap. And we'll run through the grid. I don't know if you want to run through the grid.
I can if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting in pole position after that impressive 51.6 is David Sanford. In P2 we have Brett Geraedts in the MFR Snap-on Tools Falcon. Third place we got Wayne Carr and a rock solid mates Commodore. In fourth, Kai Sloggett, who technically is racing for MFR Snap-on Tools, but hasn't got a skin in the game yet. RSM Latino, Wayne Carr's teammate, in the second of the rock solid mates Commodores. My father, Steve, in first of the Penrite Commodores. Benjamin Dahlia, 7th. Tony in 8th. Steve Brko in 9th. Brap in 10th, so that rounds out your 10. And we've got Matt Cecil in 11th. Acclaimbite 12th. Grant, who is a rookie in not only this series but in sim racing, in 13th, so that's very well done. And rounding out the field is Dodger.
I've noticed that we've lost Peter Richards between qualifying and race, so
We have, yes.
unfortunate for him.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. Hopefully he gets back in here for race 2. It's going to be, I'm going to watch the start here. It's going to be really exciting to see who gets the run off the line. Brett Geraedts won.
Super excited for this.
He won last round. Can he get in front of David and make it difficult for him, or is David going to run away with this?
Cars gridding up at the back. Should get a green flag any second now.
Somebody's not in their grid spot at the back. It looks like it's Grant Gaffer.
Yep.
Still waiting on the green flag.
Hopefully that can sort out in a second.
Yep,
Sitting a long time. These tyres and brakes are going to be cold.
they are. Grant Gaffer's still not lined up there at the back.
Yeah, he's nowhere near his grid spot.
So the game auto corrects him in a second, then we can get underway. time.
Okay, we should be okay now.
Hoping so. He's still moving. Revs are
we
rising
go.
and we're locked and loaded here at Tasmania.
Well, that took a lot longer than usual, but here we go.
We're underway, and it's David Sanford by a fair margin into turn 1 as we watch the field come through. Good start. Fairly clean through the back. No major incidents there, which is quite good. Smoke coming out at the back of Steve Warwick's car, I noticed.
There is. It's now disappeared.
It has now disappeared.
Must have been sitting hot on the grid.
So Dave got a mega start there and he's pulled away.
He has. These first few laps will be all about trying to stay in the draft and stay with the guy in front.
That they will be. Quite surprised that no incident on the first lap.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely shocked, and I am so happy. Much improved effort from these gunners compared to last round.
Yeah, this is the kind of racing we want to see from everyone, and you know, at a track where we expected to see some accidents, this has been very well done by all. So far, that is.
Notice the plane bite's had an incident in the back of the field, so he's lost a couple spots and is now trailing in the back of the field. Not a lot has happened so far in this race.
No, everyone's just staying put. I mean, there's not a lot of movers and shakers either, so.
This is a track where I expect it to go off lap 1 and it hasn't.
Well, there's a bit going on at the final corner between Brap and Steve.
I'm going to go back and watch that. That's probably the closest battle on track here. Steve Brko's now, he's having a look at Warwick. Just goes to show. Steve Warwick was attacking Brap, but now he's on the defensive from Brko.
Yeah, exactly. This is the draft factor that we're talking about. Also notice that Steve uses second gear out of the hairpin. That probably compromises his run down the back straight.
His exit for sure.
Just so important here, especially during the race.
100%. Oh, and Steve Warwick makes a mistake, so does Brap, and they both go off the road, and that puts Brko up into P7. Ironically, car number 7 is in P7. Those guys have both come back on the road and resumed their scrap immediately.
That's amazing.
And what's amazing as well is Dodger is in the background of the shop. Pole position on these guys.
Is. And he's just done a 53.6.
That's his best lap of the week.
That's impressive.
It's very impressive. Lots of
Brko!
Brko's off. Brko's in the fence. Championship leader is in the fence. He's done a... who did that?
Shane Van
Gisbergen. He's done a Shane Van Gisbergen down there, and that's put him way back to 12th. He's been passed by Steve Warwick, Brap and Dodger.
This is the action we thought we would see.
It is. It's a mixed up thing so far, mixed up race so far. I'm going to go on and watch RSM Latino. He's currently in a battle with
there's a fight at the front. Big fight at the front.
Fight at the front? It is. It's on between David Sanford and Brett Geraedts. They go side by side into the hairpin. Sanford on the inside. He's crisscrossed him. He
just didn't get it there, no.
Just didn't get it there. But this is going to be on here for these two guys.
These two keep fighting. Wayne in the background will be licking his lips to get right up there with them.
It will be, and it's firing off between Latino and Sloggett now as well.
It is.
Further back. So this is the action's finally appeared. It's taken a couple of laps, but it's all going off now. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the Latino Sloggett battle. And Ben Delia is in that as well.
Oh no!
Who's that?
Benjamin.
Benjamin's made a big error. He's
Sideways.
back at that, but he hasn't lost any spots.
I thought he was going to go around.
Who's in the fence? Who's in the fence? Is that Dave Sanford is in the fence at the hairpin. That's Kai Sloggett, sorry.
He is? Oh no! A claim bite's had a
Sloggett.
massive accident also.
Yeah. I'm going to go back and have a look at a replay of that one. So Dave Sanford's
Well, the
just
action
gone,
has
broken too
gone off
late.
now.
He's smashed into the wall there. And as he's back out of it, he's been collected by the Sloggett, who's also missed his braking marker. So, amazing scenes here, all going off. Brett Geraedts sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's now got a...
We've got a car on fire.
So we have a car on fire.
A claim bite.
The claim bite is on fire, let's find him. Claim bite is on fire at the runoff of turn 1, and here's their first DNF of this race, which is unfortunate. We've got Brap all over the back of Dodge. I'm going to watch this one. It's a battle though for... It's all going off. And Sanford is with Latino as well. I'll go watch that one. I just want to see Brap make this move. He hasn't. Oh, there's been an incident. But Steve Brko's profited from that with 2 spots.
Hey, there is a lot to keep up with here.
There is a lot to keep up with here, as Latino is side by side with Dave Sanford. Dave Sanford's on the outside of him, and Dave Sanford's got that move done. So we missed a bit of that. I'm going to
Back up to the podium.
Going to have a look and see if I can get a replay of that, which I have. And he's actually done that move on the outside at the last corner, completely on the outside, from the back straight all the way around. So that's an impressive move there from Dave Sanford.
Oh no! Oh, he just got it turned in. Wayne Carr almost did the same as what David Sanford did.
As this race goes on, the tyre starts to wear off a bit, your brakes get really hot, and it does become very difficult to stop down there.
Yeah, you got to start bringing your brake marker back a little bit more each time.
Certainly do.
Until the temperatures cool down. Tend to find following a car, much similar to real life, brings the temperatures up too.
It does, so that's something these drivers have to be aware of. And I mean, it's caught out the 2 newcomers in this field, inexperienced with the cars and maybe not know that. It's Dave Sanford sliding all around the shop. So's Kai Sloggett in the background I just saw.
One thing I want to point out already is that we're already 9 laps in.
We are already 9 laps in. This race has gone past mega quickly, even though it was not a very active first couple of laps.
Oh no, Grant Gaffer's in the wall.
See, I'll get some footage of that.
Not
Grant
sure where that
Gaffer's
is
in the wall.
actually. Ah, it's at the final 2 corners.
See if we can get a replay of that. No, he's been there for quite a substantial period of time. Could he be another DNF to this race? It looks like he may have had a problem because he's been stationary there for a long time now. Brett Geraedts continues to lead this race, doing what he did last round in the first race.
Looking at lap times now, everyone's pretty much doing the same lap time.
Yeah, the 2 standouts for me on the lap time chart, both Brett Geraedts and Dave Sanford, both at 52 flat. The rest of the field are really in the 52.5 is pretty much what everyone's done. Way down back down to even the back of the 10, so guys are very close. It's just they're spread out on track now because of all the sort of drama that's occurred.
Tell you what, Steve Brko being in 10th place, it's going to hurt the championship charge.
It's very much going to hurt his championship charge, especially when his rival RSM Latino is in P4 and Tony, who's second, is ahead of him as well. So they're both going to make substantial championship gains on him in this race. Even Matt Cecil, who's in 5th, is in front of him. As I watch Tony have a battle with Steve Warwick, and Steve Warwick's got that fast
I think he let him by it. Probably find that Steve just that tiny bit quicker, so he's probably going to let him by and try and stick with him and hopefully catch up to Kai. See a lot of smoke at the hairpin, but no one in the fence.
We definitely do, and once again we see smoke from Steve Warwick. Everyone's looking up the front into that corner. Yeah, it's in the trouble spot in this race.
Perhaps having a look around the outside of Brko
I'm
here.
going to go and have a
Try
look
and
at
do
this.
it off.
These guys, just think, last round, race 2, they were first and second, and they're down in 10th and 11th in this. Add the one in front of the positions, and we're on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It's crazy the round-to-round difference, and it's not like these guys are slow. Here it's just the field is mega competitive.
It is. It's awesome. Awesome to see. You know, get mixed bag variety. It's good for the series and good for everyone watching. So.
And this is a very tricky, unique track. As Brko's run wide and he's let Brap get that position. So.
Yes.
And I will say that Dodger is keeping up with these guys. Dodger is keeping up with the
he is.
Brap
He's
Brko battle, which what more can you say to that?
As he has an error.
He has an error, but I mean, like,
it's unfortunate.
Absolute polar opposites to last year's race.
I believe this time last year he would have been a lap down. Maybe 2.
They probably DNF'd.
But no, that's awesome that how much Dodger's improved.
Really,
definitely a crowd favourite.
Definitely a crowd favourite, and yeah, it's good to see him driving well. As Brett Geraedts now has a 4.5 second lead over Wayne Carr.
Yeah, it's a good lead.
It's a good lead. I mean, it's been helped by Dave Sanford's mistake there at the hairpin, and it's basically set up a race win for him as he does a 52.7.
52.6 for Wayne last time by. 52.7 for Latino. Sanford. What's happened to Sanford? He's let 2 cars by.
What has happened to Sanford? We'll go back and have a look. He is. Yeah, I'm going to get a replay of that one. What's happened here?
52.2 from my old man. That makes him quickest on that lap.
Make it quickest on that lap. What has Dave done? He's just rolled off and let 2 cars by. Surprised by that is he's now in a battle with Steve Warwick over 6th place, and he's made another error.
By as well. I'm not sure what's happened to Dave here.
Same, and has he got full throttle? Doesn't look like he's got full throttle. He doesn't have full throttle for sure, because he's about to get passed here by Tony.
That is very strange.
That's very strange.
Oh dear, Kai!
Kai's had a big crash. I'm gonna get a replay of
He
that
almost
one.
got collected by Steve.
So he was up the inside of Benjamin Dahlia, and he's got the move done. Has there been contact on exit here? No, it's... Oh! That's a big incidental fall.
That's massive.
That is massive. That car looks very second-handed, probably has a puncher or 2. Yeah, he's parked on the side of the road now, so...
Well, yeah, this is the final lap, and...
Could be a retirement, needs another retirement.
Brett's coming around the final corner to win the
Brett's
race.
Coming around the final corner to win the race, and Wayne Carr's off. Wayne Carr is off at the last corner. Sorry to distract you, but Wayne Carr's gone off at the last corner of the race, and he's been passed by RSM Latino, and potentially even Benjamin Dahlia. Sorry, that distracted. He has. He's back to 4th. He's lost 2 spots there on the final corner of the race.
Unbelievable.
We'll congratulate Brett Geraedts on a fantastic race win. 9.5 seconds in the end over RSM Latino in a 15-lap race. So that's an absolute smashing by him. That's incredible performance.
I noticed my old man also had half a spin on that last lap, which put him down to 6th instead of 5th.
We'll have a look at the order. So RSM Latino picks up 2nd place, which is going to help his championship, with Benjamin Dahlia 3rd. Wayne Carr picks up 4th after that last corner mistake. Tony is in P5. Steve Warwick is in 6th. Dave Sanford drops down to a lowly 7th after those dramas near the end of the race there. Matt Cecil picked up 8th. Steve Brko is in 9th. Brap picks up 10th. And the last of our finishes, only a 15-lap race, but we only had 11 finishes, and that's Dodger, with the 3 DNFs being Kai Slogger on the second last lap there, Grant Gaffer and a claim by it, all not finishing this race. So
I'd say with Brko finishing in 9th and Latino finishing 2nd, that might put him in the championship lead.
But apparently Stanford's headset went flat. I'm just seeing in the chat, and he tried to get his girlfriend to plug it in. He lost his gap. He got distracted, so.
So he went deaf.
He probably went deaf, which is not what you want when you're racing out there. I can confirm.
Definitely not. He also didn't put enough fuel in, I'm being told.
Didn't he? Well, that's not a good thing to do either when you're out there and you're racing. So while we wait for this second race, I am just going to put. It's already happened, has it? What's going on? We're in a warm-up session now. I'm just going to go to a break, and we'll catch you on the other side of the break.
And we are back here at Tasmania while everyone rolls out for warm-up. We've also been joined by Thomas McMillan, who's been helping David Sanford tonight. Can you explain what happened in the race, mate?
Well, it started off really well. Great start, good pace, pulled a gap on Brett, and then his headset started to go flat, so he had to call to his girlfriend to come and he had to direct her to plug his headset in, which was a pain, and it was pretty distracting. He lost all the time, and Brett caught up, and they were in a battle, and he outbraked himself and hit the fence, damaged the car a lot. And he pulled the gap back up. He was driving quite well, and then realised he didn't put enough fuel in for the outlet formation lap, so he was a lap short, so he had to save a whole lap of fuel.
That explains him letting everyone by in those last couple of laps.
Yeah, that's it. That was pretty scary, but we made it. We thought it would be better to minus 100 than start from the back.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's still impressive effort. I mean, his effort in qualifying was amazing. Well, what did he have to say about the car? Did he say it felt good, or?
Yeah, he was happy with the car. It felt good. It kept on to its tyres quite well, and he was right hand down with damage, so he didn't have much to say with how the car felt damaged. But for the first part, the car felt quite good.
So the car was damaged.
Nice. Yeah, it was. It was about, I think he said 10 degrees right hand down.
Yeah.
So he's struggling. He's struggling for that time.
Yeah, definitely.
And straight line, but come back stronger this race. Hopefully we can get to the front.
So what's the goals for this race?
Well, get a good start and hopefully get to the front. I think he had a fair bit of time over Brett. We're gonna obviously aim for the top and see what we can do.
Yeah, no worries. Well, thanks for joining us, mate, and giving us that info, because we weren't sure what happened. We just saw him slowing down and we thought maybe his throttle had been broken or or whatnot. But yeah, thanks for that, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you after the next race.
Cheers, mate. As we go back to live pictures here.
Yeah, we've got live pictures. We've got Dave Stanford on screen. I just vacated the box while Thomas entered. Social distancing. Yeah, you have 2 people in the box at a time, so we can't overcrowd it in here. Yeah, we can't overcrowd it in here. You know the rules and regs. So exciting race. Really went all off.
Think about that, Stenny. The headset going flat. Does that happen to you personally?
It hasn't happened to me personally. Well, it has happened to me personally, actually. But I haven't had the headset actually physically go flat. I've had the drama of trying to plug it in, but never the actual go flat. So yeah, that's not a great thing to have happen in the race. It distracts you heaps when you hear the headset beeping and you're trying to reach for the cord to plug it in. But
yeah, definitely.
I'm lucky mine gives me quite a fair bit of warning before that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, so does mine.
It's definitely very distracting, and I keep the cord in reach before a race, just in case. Even though I try to make sure that all my equipment is charged and ready to go before I go racing.
We've got a minute left in this session.
We do.
How do you reckon everyone's going to go this time by?
Well,
extra 10 laps?
I think that honestly Brett Geraedts I took this last round that I thought he was going to win, but he ended up screwing up the race. But I reckon that he's...
Yeah, look, I think we shouldn't say who's going to win, because they tend to have bad races.
He's my pick, and I'm going to commentate and curse him here from the start. But, I mean, it'd be silly to go against him. He's got... You'd say he'd have good odds with his main competition in that race pace-wise. Dave Stanford is way back in 7th, but anyone can make any kind of mistake, as we've seen, so...
I'm excited to see how this unfolds. The back end of that race, we saw a few mistakes, and with an extra 10 laps and a bit more tyre wear and brake wear, it'll be interesting to see how they all handle it.
Will be very interesting to see how they all handle it. As I say, extra 10 laps to go in this one, so it's definitely got to worry more about tyre wear, that's for sure. Probably the first race of the year where these guys are actually going to have to genuinely think about tyre wear. I mean, 10 laps at Melbourne was a bit of a tyre race, but this definitely will be a tyre race, and this is the same length as what the main guys are going to go through tomorrow night. So it's good warm up for those guys that potentially are going to get the call up.
For sure.
See if we can catch any action on track. We've got Brap there going around.
As the times have dramatically fallen away, I think when we reset the server, the track conditions have gotten slower.
Wouldn't surprise me if we did lose
It's
the
about
track round.
half a second away, but then again, they're probably on heavier fuel loads as well.
It's a cooler track condition, so that could be also affecting the lap times and fuel loads, and people warm up maybe not having a big of a dip as what they would be doing in the race conditions. So we've reached Fox Hit Demo.
Notice that Steve Warwick's actually practiced a pit stop there.
Sorry for...
Okay, so we got about 50 seconds before the formation lap starts.
We do. I'll take you through the grid this time, why not? Didn't know it's the finishing order of that last race.
That snap-on car is very nice.
It is very nice. Off the pole position, swapped grid spots for this race.
I'm quite interested to see how Stanford goes from 7th place, trying to make his way through the field.
So am I. I mean, he had a good start off the front row last race, but obviously this race, middle of the pack, he's going to be around some guys that probably aren't as fast as him, and it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that in the opening laps and the congestion that's going to unfold in the first 2 corners. I predict this race to be a bit more drama-filled in the opening laps. Just putting it out there, because that was a very tame Tassie race, that last one.
It was. Up until the final few laps.
So we've got Brett Geraedts again off pole position, like he was at this time last round, with RSM Latino second. They had an impressive performance last race. Did what I expected and him have a good result at one of these shorter tracks. Venter and Dahlia third, bounced back from his poor performance last round, with Wayne Carr in fourth. Once again, he also had a poor round last round, so he's bounced back. Tony in fifth. I didn't even notice Tony finished fifth, hey? Like, once again, quite achievement.
That's him.
That's
Yep.
him. Steve Warwick is in P6 to make that a pit stealth Penrite row of the grid there, and row 3, is it? Yeah.
Yep.
Dave Sanford out of 7th, Matt Cecil out of P8, Steve Brko, our championship leader before this round, in 9th, with Brap in 10th, Dodger in P11, Kai Sloggett in 12th, Grant Gaffer in 13th, and a clean bite rounds out our 14-car field.
In the sour strap Ford.
Yes, in the Ford credit. You think it looks like a lolly.
Yeah, sour strap.
I mean, I painted that livery personally, and I think it looks alright.
Oh, it looks alright, but now I want lollies.
I can see the lolly reference though. I do like that Jack Daniels car.
Yeah, that's
Another
very
one I
nice car.
painted. I didn't paint too many cars in this field, but I like those 2 liveries. So we're getting set. Hopefully we get green a fair bit quicker this time. Looks like they've all still Grant Gaffer.
I think we are.
But I think we
I think
are
we're right
actually
to
going
go.
to be alright to go this
Oh,
time.
here we go. Lights are on. And we are away.
Racing. Good start there by... It's still pretty even though into turn 1 here between Latino and Brett Geraedts, and he's got it done. Spice been a bit 3 wide in the background between the 2 Penrite cars, and I think that's Dave Sanford. So Dave Sanford's moved up a couple of spots already this race. Brett Geraedts has a fair lead going down here into the hairpin. Watch them all steam through. Watch any ensuing drama as it occurs. Dave Sanford's actually lost a spot back there to cousins Ben Delia and Chris Carr swap positions off the start as well. And watch Sanford
The
here.
crazy start we expected.
It is. I think Sanford's going to have a look here on Steve Warwick. Oh, Steve Warwick's covered him, and it hasn't occurred there. Dave Sanford's going to try it around the outside, but he has not been able to have a look to get that done. Interesting start. Kai Sloggett is in a battle with Steve Brko as well. He's making his way back up from the back. I see smoke into turn 1.
12. Oh no, Steve's around.
Steve's around. We'll just quickly get a replay of that.
Yeah, he lost it on himself, I believe.
Yeah, he's just locked the rears and he's gassed it up as well. And he's been hit by Sanford on the way through, so that's unfortunate there for Steve, but it's racing and he's now dropped back to last. Brett Geraedts has now got a 1 second gap over RSM Latino, with Wayne Carr closing on the back of Latino as well, so he's going to try and get that P2 back, and Sanford is solidified in P5 right now, but he's going to catch these guys as this race goes on.
It's a good battle between the 2 RSM Commodores.
It is a good battle between the 2 RSM Commodores.
As
And
Latino makes a big locker.
he does make a big lock-up, but somehow Wayne Carr
Compromised.
has managed to get a run.
Carr.
Carr's now got a flight off Delia here, and now Sanford's involved in this battle. This is how quickly things change at this track, and Sanford's on the inside of Delia, so as one attacks the one in front, they all end up attacking, and that's Sanford through now on
Impressive
Delia.
move, but he's got it done.
He's an impressive move. He had a bit of a dive on him there, and he's squeezed him out wide, but it's all fair in love and war, as they say. That's Sanford up to P4 from a starting position of 7. He's had to defend here until the second last corner, and he's managed to get by with that. Oh, cut! Wayne Carr! Wayne Carr has had a monumental crash! Wayne Carr has had a monumental accident. He has rolled the car at the last corner. I'm gonna go get a replay of that. How has he rolled the car?
Carr has rolled the car.
And he's rolled his car off the curb at the second last corner, and he is in the fence. And that's put him back to 13th place.
That is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. And he's done a burnout to boot there at the back. So what else have we got? What have we got going on? So Sanford's now in P3 now up next to Carr making that error. And the field's sort of spread out a bit. I'm gonna go back. Yeah.
It's unfortunate for Rock Solid Mates racing there, especially for Teams Championship. It would have been a very strong result for both of them.
Would have been, and yeah, Wayne Carr's had a mistake. As I'm going to watch back here, we've got Steve Warwick in a battle with a claim bite back here for 11th and 12th. And claim bite's made an error, and Steve's got up the inside of him and got that move done. So Steve Warwick fighting back from that first lap incident.
Turn your attention to Dodger and P9.
I'm going to have a look at Dodger and P9. Dodger is currently in a, well, he's going to have Steve all over him here in this next couple of corners. Steve's up the inside of Dodger. He's got it done, but he's very tight. Dodger's been very nice there. Dodger's got to run back on him. And now Steve Warwick's in this battle.
Yeah, I'd watch out for Steve Warwick here. He'll have a big ton of pace here.
He's going to have a big ton of pace.
As he goes for the move.
Oh, he's up on... Wow. And Dodger's gone off the road. I'm going to get a replay of that because that all went off there. And Dodger's now spun out and, oh, he's put himself in the middle of the road. That's unfortunate for Dodger. But I'm going to get a replay of that. That was all going on down there. So, what's happened here? It's Steve Warwick.
Dodger and Steve. Both
have overshot the corner and overbroke, and yeah, they've both gone off the road, and Dodger's unfortunately gassed it up. Disappointing for Dodger. He was in a very strong position there in that race, and he was going really well.
In the meantime, Tino's back to 4th.
Tino is back to 4th, so I'm actually going to see if I can get a replay of that. He's lost the spot at the hairpin to Benjamin Delia. That's what's happened. And yeah, he's dropped back to P4, and Dave Sanford is up to 2nd place. He's just done the fastest up in the race with 52.3. So he's in hot pursuit now of Brett Geraedts, who's got a 2.5 second lead. As you can see, it's that battle. I reckon that gap's going to come down as this race goes on.
Yeah, Sanford passed him the corner before. Oh, sorry, the lap before at the hairpin. So he's lost 2 spots in 2 different laps at the hairpin.
Latino's now under pressure from Kai Snoggett, who's come all the way from the back as well. So
yeah, up 7 spots.
I'm going to keep an eye on these because I think it's about to fire off here. I've noticed that Dodger's lost a spot to a claim bite as well. Ben Delia's still time as well, I think, to the Latino Snoggett battle.
Okay, so last lap, 2/10 difference between 1st and 2nd.
Yep, Sanford's closing him in. It's going to be on here. He's got a lot of time to catch up to him and get that done. At that pace, he'll catch him before the end of this race, and we'll have a fight on our hands with the race lead. Ben Delia's locked up and cost him anything, but he's got a good exit there. So Steve Brko and Steve Warwick are fighting, but I'm not really watching it. I just can see.
Good run off the hairpin.
We'll go back and have a look at that while it's happening. This battle's still going on, minus Dodger.
Sanford does the fastest lap of the race at 52.1.
Yeah, well, he's on a charge here. It's going to be on towards the end of this race. Steve Warwick's actually started to pull away again on the back of... He's made a mistake and it's actually going to be on again. But I do want to look at the Latino up the front, because Latino's just had Kai Slogger come up the inside of him, and they're side by side up the back straight, if you can call it a straight with that big curve in it. And it's going to be on again here. A bit more action in this race.
Believe him, no.
No, he hasn't had
Sort of had a half a look.
half a look. He's interested though.
Sanford again.
Yeah, Sanford again. He's done a 52.1 once again and bettered his lap. So that was 6/10 he's taken out of the lead of that race. He's now only a 1.5 second gap, down from 2.5. So really closing in here.
Actually coming up to lap traffic, so interesting to see how they handle that.
It will be. I'll keep an eye on that as they come to the lap traffic. Still watching the Latino Dahlia Slogger battle. It's sort of subsided here for a bit. So is the Warwick Brko battle as Warwick's moved away up from Brko. I know that looked like that was on.
He's on the charge for the two cars in front, I'd say.
As I've just lost pictures.
So have I.
That is not good. I'm hoping that I regain pictures very shortly. I've regained pictures and we're back. And Brett Geraedts released to lead this race. As they're now coming up to that traffic, and that's distracted Dave Sanford.
It has. He put a wheel in the dirt.
He definitely did put a wheel in the dirt.
Tuck in behind the car here and get some draft off Grant.
That's cost him the time that he was gaining there, for sure.
It's going to cost him even more, I reckon.
Yeah, he's gonna be stuck behind him here for a bit.
Dodger does well to get out of the race.
Still got out of the way. Dodger's got out of the race there. Now Dodger's going to have to get out of the way of Sanford at some point. These guys are sort of having their own sort of closeness here. I mean, Dodger hasn't
get out of the
lost time to Grant either. Yes, and he has. He's let Grant by. So he's lost the spot there by trying to be courteous to...
He's probably got distracted by the fact that he's had to let one car by and probably thinking that there was another behind.
Yeah, I'd say so. He hasn't realised that that car is not for it is for position.
Yeah.
Still quite spread out here. This being one of the longer races that they've done in the Super 2 Championship. I actually think by distance this is going to be the longest race of the season so far for Super 2.
I've just received word in the comms that Sanford has actually had a glitch where his fuel, he hasn't put enough fuel in the car and he's got to save 5 laps worth of fuel.
That's not ideal, and that's going to be a real struggle for him to be able to do that. As I've said,
he's already started.
He's already started. We're going to go and have a look at him and see how he's doing that.
I think the best but then again it is Simmons Plains. Can't really pit and try and get a good result because you'll lose too many spots.
You're murdered with the pit lane being so long compared to the racetrack and 40k an hour.
He dropped back
plus
to
fuel time.
13th.
Yeah, he'd literally go a lap down if you pitted this track. Your race is over, it's done. His pace is still looking reasonably okay.
Kai gets the move done? No. He spun the car.
Kai spun the car. I'm going to pick up a replay of that one. Missed it as I was watching Sanford try and field save. Kai's gone up the inside of Latino, and there's been a bit of contact, but he's just lost it on his own.
Oh, no.
Got a bit of a tank stopper and tried to save it, but yeah, it's just gone around on him. That's unfortunate there for Kai Slogger, who's now dropped back into P8.
Steve Warwick.
Steve Warwick's gone in the fence. Steve Warwick has gone in the fence. That's
such a promising round, and he's just, yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good season for him so far. He showed lots of promise in his pace-wise in his debut season, but yeah.
I think he's got to get used to just actually racing people instead of trying to get the time out of the car.
Yeah, that's what I feel seems to be his problem as well. well. Like he goes really well when he's doing laps by himself, but as soon as he's around other people, and I know how much distracting it is to try and now he's made that mistake. He's got Brko all over him. This is what happens. In a race, you don't get time to recover from mistakes. You immediately under the attack from someone else, and it's where it really. It's quite.
But even in saying that, like Steve Brko in 11th, like who would have thought?
Who would have thought that? I mean, he's been on. Can I just raise that Steve Brko has finished P2 or P1 in every single race of this season until last race. He finished first 4 races, first or second, and this round he has extremely struggled, barely being in the top 10. I mean, not even in the top 10 in this race. It shows how tough this competition is, and he's not like he's doing 53s. Like that's a competitive lap time, but just everybody's just got a slight edge over him. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch this battle that's sort of aliving here. Wayne Carr's on the back of Matt Cecil.
Just heard an accident.
Have you heard an accident, have you?
It's Steve Warwick.
It's Steve Warwick. So his night goes from bad to worse. So there's actually a battle between Grant Gaffer and Dodger that I can see on the timing screen, which is quite amusing. It's going off everywhere. Everyone's racing someone, and I like to see that. Nothing worse than being in a race and being way out ahead of everyone or way out behind everyone. It's good to see.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole field has someone that they're racing against here. Matt says
intrigued to see if
Carr's up the inside. Carr's giving me a bit of a hip and shoulder, and Carr's got that move done. So that's Wayne Carr back up to 8th position.
That's a great recovery, considering he was on his lid, what,
yeah,
about 12 laps ago?
I don't know how he's recovered from that. That's a big crash to recover from. It's Grant Gaffer and somebody's gone on the fence. RSM Latino's gone on the fence at the hairpin. And he's rejoined straight into... Who's that?
Grant Gaffer.
Grant Gaffer. I'm going to get a replay of Latino. That's... it's just...
Unusual error from Latino.
It is an unusual error from Latino, but we've seen it done a number of times tonight by some of the guys even further up the field, and it's an easy mistake to make. And he's just come back into the ground. You wouldn't have been able to see him. So, that's unfortunate. I've just noticed last lap for Dave Sanford was a 56.4. As Carr's gone around, and he's taken out a brake board marker, but he somehow missed the fence by the looks of it. So he's now back behind Matt Cecil. As this longer race, 18 laps now, tyre wear starting to come into it.
Definitely, I was just about to say this is where the tyre wear will kick in, and interesting to see.
Guys, less experienced, are just struggling to come to terms with the tyre wear and having
Sanford is
deal with
on the massive fuel save. He's just let Benjamin by.
Yeah, he's
I'd say Brett.
He's actually spun it. Sanford spun it.
He has.
He's night's gone from bad to worse for Sanford.
Tony's off the road.
Tony is off the road in 4th. That's a rare mistake from Tony. He doesn't make errors. This long race is really showing that the tyre wear is making it easy for these guys to make mistakes, and this has really closed down this mid-pack battle. We've got Tony just in front of Latino and Sloggett, with Brap and Matt Cecil and Wayne Carr all reasonably close to one another. I'm going to continue to watch Latino. Sloggett's all over him.
The race has certainly come alive.
It has come alive. This is
lap 20 already. Brett done a 53.3 last time around, so it goes to show the tyre wear. Same for Benjamin.
Yeah, the tyres have really dropped off here. They've lost at least a second in lap pace, and Sanford with a 103.2. So he is minus 100. And I mean, he's going to struggle to, with those times, he's going to struggle to even finish in the top 10 here, honestly, because these guys behind him are pretty close to one another. As cars are still in this battle with Slogger, these guys are sort of matched on lap time here, lap after lap. They're going to come up lap traffic, I believe. Or
Steve's around again. Steve Warwick, that is.
Steve Warwick. And this lap traffic's played into that, and Cuz has lost that spot to Slogger because of that, because of the big check-up. And Tony got slowed up by that as well, so that was unfortunate, but that was, I believe, was it Grant Gaffer, I believe? Yeah, it was Grant Gaffer that was, car.
Tony's got the pressure
Tony's
behind now.
He's up into a podium position, and he's got the pressure from Slogger. This battle's really alive here in this middle part of the field. I feel bad for Brett, we're not really focusing on him, but he's just...
Sanford's out of the race.
Sanford is out of the race, DNF for Dave Sanford, so obviously unable to make that fuel-saving strategy work. Do you want me to go and have a look and see if I can find out if it was a crash or whether it was just DNF?
I'd say he's probably just retired the car knowing that can't save that much fuel.
He's just pitted and retired the car, so it's unfortunate there.
No point in trying to take the fuel because he'll just go a lap down anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, you look at his position there and he's DNF'd, he's still only ahead of 2 cars, and I mean, he could have been out of the race completely with that, so that's an unfortunate error there from Dave.
Kai Sloggett up to P3.
Kai Sloggett is up to P3. I'm watching Tony at the minute, he's under pressure from Latino, he's trying to make a recovery, and in the background I can see Matt Cecil all under pressure from Wayne Carr. So,
Once again.
Battles on track. Oh, and here goes Latino, big dive bomb on Tony. Oh, door-to-door contact, he's got it done.
Brap had a lock up as well.
That's an aggressive move from Latino. That's not something, that's not normal Latino driving, but he's got that move done. Seeing Latino put the elbows up.
I would say 100% Latino will be the championship leader after this round.
I'd say so, although Tony was second in the points coming in, and I mean, it was very close with Tony, so Latino had a good run race in race 1, but Tony's been P5 in both these races, so it's going to be interesting to see how this mixes out. But yeah, definitely a bad round for Brko, and not really mistake-wise either. So I've noticed Wayne Carr's made another error, and he has dropped back, and he's now under pressure from Steve Brko. So Wayne Carr, just no consistency out there tonight. Lots of incidents.
103.2 last lap.
Yeah, so I'd say he's had another incident. Unfortunate. None of those guys that really has the pace to run in main series, but just, yeah, consistency isn't there.
So Brett Geraedts now on the second last lap.
Yes, and the field's sort of spread out now, so I'm going to go and I'm going to give Brett some airtime. I haven't really focused on him. I like that car with the headlights on, that looks mad.
It's been an impressive drive, both races.
It has. He had a disappointing race 2 last round, but yeah, he's definitely been faultless this round. Probably not the fastest competitor, but he's just been the most consistent, made no errors, and he's just come out here and driven away from the field basically. Can I just mention as well, Benjamin Dahlia, although he's P2 and he's 5 seconds off, he is, I mean, he's actually catching Brett, may I add.
He is.
But impressive drive for him as well. I mean, these guys have just absolutely gapped this field. 21 seconds is, and 15 for Ben over the field. So these guys have been the class of the field, pace-wise, and showed why these guys have already won races in this series.
Benjamin was 1 second faster last lap.
He was, so Brett's probably burnt out the best of his tyres, but it's not really going to matter because he's
No, it's the
got
last
this
lap.
one in the bag. I'm going to watch him come through. So, we had a clean sweep of race winners in round 1, and we're going to have a clean sweep of race winners in round 2.
We are.
And that is going to be Brett Geraedts, who's going to cross the line in a second, and he is going to win his 3rd race of the season and his 2nd race of this night.
Well done.
Well done. And Benjamin Dahlia across the line in P2 with Kai Sloggett, who's still under pressure from Latino, I may add, but he's going to pick up his first podium in his debut round.
Close.
As a claim by is around at the last corner, I have noted.
Oh, he's got the car sideways.
Yeah,
No, he's going to hold on to it.
Good drive from Latino as well. Tony, another P5, ever consistent. And that's going to help him in the championship heaps as Matt Cecil comes across and he's going to pick up a P6, which is good performance from him based on the pace that we've seen. Brap P7, Wayne Carr P8. Steve Brko finishes 9th for the second race tonight. We've got Steve Warwick in 10th. Claimbite has finished in 11th, with Dodger in 12th, and Grant Gaffer finishes 2 laps down in 13th place with Dave Sanford, our only retiree in that one. So, interesting night of racing, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting that Sanford bottled 2 races.
It was. I mean, we picked him at the start of the night to win the race. Win at least a race, but yeah, he's made major errors in both those races tonight, and
The old commentator's curse, mate.
the old commentator's curse, probably, and inexperience in the sim, I feel as well, has contributed to that.
I feel also, yeah.
Yeah, it's just what happens when you're new to a sim and you get in and you race and stuff goes wrong that you just don't ever think about.
I've just noticed in the chat, Wayne Carr has expressed his feelings towards this track once again.
Has he? I'm gonna have a bit of a gander at that one.
Probably can't say what he said on the cast, but
He's a big fan of this place and doesn't really particularly like it. Don't know why. It's a great track. Best track in Tasmania. Actually, no. Actually, Basketville could probably argue that case. Actually, so I forgot that they had 2 tracks down there. Probably is actually a better track as well, I'll be honest. But I like this place. I reckon it produces good racing, and we've had 2 exciting races here tonight.
yeah, no, that was very good.
Before we drag anyone in, no one's here yet to have a chat, but I'm going to take a quick break and then come back and see if anyone wants to have a chat with us about the racing. And we are back here live at Tasmania for round 3 of the Automobilista Super 2 Championship. And we have been joined in the commentary box by Brett. Double race winner tonight, clean sweep. How was it out there for you?
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. Yeah, the first race with David up front. I was struggling for pace there. I couldn't keep up with him. He made a small error, and it got me onto the back of him. And then I made another small error, and he got away again. And then he put it into the wall at the hairpin, and that was a break that I needed. And yeah, cleared out from there. And yeah, that second race, yeah, David was catching me. I was just trying to manage the tyres because I was watching my tyre wear, and it was dropping every lap, especially the right rear. It was going insanely low, and I was worried that I was going to get a blowout before the end of the race. And I was happy for him just to range up on me actually, and yeah, just play second. But yeah, he I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, good for me, but unlucky for David.
Yeah, he had fuel errors in both races. Didn't put enough fuel in for the warm-up lap in race 1, and then race 2 didn't put enough fuel in for the pre-race distance. So double error there, and hit the fence obviously in race 1. So that wasn't good for him, but it worked out well for yourself. We noticed that your tyres were starting to go off towards the end of that second race, and it was the longest race we've had so far in the series. So yeah, we noticed that even Benjamin was catching you back there, but you did a very good job of managing the gap and pulling away from everyone, and you just basically made no errors, which was really good to see.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I kind of wanted to repeat what I did at Melbourne in race 1, get that gap and then just manage it and just roll it off and make sure that I get it home. And in that second race, I saw that I had a 9 second gap and I just rolled off it. It was getting a bit sketchy there, but just to play it safe, I thought I'll roll off it a little bit too.
How much did the tyres wear compared to race 1?
Race 2, the right rear, I was actually orange. It was a fair bit into the orange as well. So yeah, I'd probably estimate around 25% left on that right rear. The left rear, I probably had about 40%, I'd say. So
Yeah,
at
right.
about 5 or 6 to go, I actually just started to go through the hairpin in second just to limit the wheel spin. But because it's a loaded tyre there, especially through that sweeper coming out of the main straight, it makes it really difficult not to get tyre wear even when you try not to wheel spin out of the hairpin. It's
Yeah,
just
definitely.
you can't avoid.
Yeah, it's just one of those tracks where it's really loaded on the one tire, so you're gonna have that in that wear, and yeah, definitely we feel it played a factor into that race for this number of guys that made errors towards the end of that race. So you did well to just conserve it and keep it straight and grab that win and get 2 wins. And yeah, you definitely repeated what you did in Melbourne in race 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. It was good to have a teammate along tonight too with Kai getting onto the podium in that second race. That was really good to see first time out. So
Yeah,
pretty happy for him as well.
he had good pace, just a few little errors, probably just learning the car, learning the sim a bit. I guess he hasn't had Automobilista for long, so it was good to see him up there as well.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's always good to bring a teammate along, and especially when they got pace too. He was outdoing me there in practice for a while. I had to pull my finger.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, it definitely helps to have another guy to talk to and bounce stuff off, and especially when they've got pace to be able to push yourself along. So, hope to see more of you two guys in this field, and I've heard about potentially others joining as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got another two. One was working tonight, so he should be good for next round, hopefully. And we've got another one who's waiting in the wings. So we might have four MFR cars maybe for the next round.
That'd be good to
Awesome.
see. We like that livery of yours, so we want to see. We like to see more of them up the front of the field. Before we go, how do you think next round we head to New Zealand? I'm pretty sure we're going to run Pukekohe. Um, what are your thoughts going into that round?
I don't mind the track. I've driven it in a couple of other sims, and especially the new profile that's been there for a few years now with the hairpin off the back straight, or the chicane off the back straight, I should say. I really enjoy that part of the track as well. Definitely a momentum track as well. So if we get a few of my teammates in here, they'll certainly push me along. And if we get David back, hopefully he comes back for the next round. And Steve's got pace, and a few of the other guys. It'll be a ding dong battle for sure.
Yeah, we look forward to it. Anybody you want to thank before we kick you out of the booth?
Yeah, mate, absolutely. So first off, I've got to thank Dan Stevens of Virtual Car Art for a killer paint. They always are killer. He just outdoes himself every time. And WP Concreting, Snap-on Tools, Blacktown, Aussie Signs and Designs, Andrew's Crane Hire, Little Tackers Boutique, Vassal Racing Team, Gearing Motorsports, and Cool Drive.
No worries, long list there, and thanks, Brett. Well done tonight on the double race win. We'll see you next round out at Pukekohe.
Cheers, guys, and again, thanks for putting it on. Love it.
No worries. Thank you, mate.
See you, mate.
Oh, brag Benja. Oh. And P2 in race 2, Benjamin, how did your night go?
Yeah, I didn't quite have those extra few tenths that those quicker guys at the front did, but through the races I just kept it clean and yeah, came out with a P3 and P2. Pretty happy with that.
Yeah, mate, that's a good result. A big bounce back from last round where you found yourself involved in other people's problems. So return to form like Adelaide, but yeah, didn't quite have the pace of those guys, but you capitalised on the mistakes that a lot of other guys in the middle of that field kept making and managed to get those spots.
Yeah, last time out at Melbourne definitely wasn't great. I had great pace. I think I set fastest in maybe both the races. I definitely did in the second one. Just had a few issues with that, but yeah, hopefully I can next round get up.
Yeah, next round, Pukekohe. How do you feel you will be in that one?
Yeah, I haven't done much driving around there, so I've definitely got to start hitting up the practice laps. But yeah, hopefully I can get a bit more pace than.
No worries. I'll see you down there in New Zealand.
See you there.
And debut tonight, podium in race 2. Kai, how'd your night go?
Good, thanks, mate. Yeah, first race started from the front and towards the end spun it, done my suspension. So pretty disappointed on race 1. But race 2, yeah, I got a few positions early and then spun again, but worked my way back up to third. So pretty happy with that.
Yeah, no, you had a bit of drama there in race 1, and I mean didn't start very well for race 2 with the low starting position, but you managed to work your way through the field pretty well, and yeah, a couple of incidents, but yeah, good result to get P3 on your debut for sure.
Yeah, definitely a learning curve tonight. Only played it a handful of times, but we'll get better, I guess.
Yeah, as your first time out, how did you find the sim and racing and everything?
No, it was good. Yeah, the feels really good. The wheel, the feedback feels good. Sounds good. So yeah, really happy.
That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it out there. So next round we head to Pukekohe. We'll see you there.
Yeah, definitely can't wait.
That's good. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just want to thank MFR and all the sponsors. Don't know, I couldn't find all the sponsor list, but I'm sure they know who they are. And Brett, he's been a big help getting this all sorted to get me in the series. So look forward to seeing you next round.
No worries. Look forward to seeing you there. And
No worries.
good
Thank you.
luck.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Well,
Stanny?
yeah, nobody else has sort of come down to join us and have a chat with us. So I think
That
we'll
was a
leave it
interesting
there.
round.
Yeah, it was a very interesting round. This track, we said it before the broadcast, tight circuit, short races, and guys really close on lap time, and it produced.
Yeah, no. Can't wait for our racing tomorrow. It's going to be even tighter again, I reckon.
I reckon we're going to see a repeat of what we saw tonight. Longer races, pit stop tomorrow night, race 2. Be sure to check it out because it's going to, if you think this was exciting, tomorrow night is going to be even more exciting when you see the likes of Dane Warren and Jake Maloney and I think Ethan Warren back and all the others in the field. Be a big depth of talent in that field for sure, and maybe some of these guys that are going to make the step up as well, and we'll see how they go.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. Well, there's not too much more to say, so we might leave it there, and we'll thank our sponsors, Jinx Shifters,
Sorry, I've had a big mistake. That's not the right image. Oh dear. Apex Rear Wing, Rock Solid Mates, and Colin Warwick Designs for all their support. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Well, we won't see you tomorrow night. We'll be on track tomorrow night. But so
We will.
you'll see the professionals in here. There's a Mad Bird doing their job, broadcasting as actual professionals, not like me, who doesn't know how to speak. And we'll catch you next time from Pukekohe in New Zealand in 3 weeks' time. Goodbye for now.
Bye.